uh, linear transformation. Linear transformations. Okay, so let's define what is the linear transformation. First, let u. Hello, students.
Yes, sir.
Right. Let v and w be two vector spaces. Two vector spaces in both real and complex over the same field f. For the same field f. Field you may be write it. Same field f of scalars. Okay, and let T be a mapping from V to W, V to W. Then the mapping T is called linear transformation. Linear transformation or a linear mapping. Linear mapping if it satisfies the following conditions. Following maybe two properties. Number one, for every scalar alpha, and every element, the small v, in V, the scalar alpha in where the scalar will be capital F, field
In
scalar
F.
field. Right. So for every scalar alpha and every element V, the mapping of T alpha V is equal to alpha into T alpha. Alpha into TV. Okay, alpha into TV. This is first. Second one, for any two elements, for every two elements, say V1 comma V2 belongs to capital V. So that T of V1 plus V2 is equal to T of V1 plus T of V2. Understand?
Yes.
Right. Here the mapping is T from V to W. This linear mapping or linear transformation is said to be a linear mapping or linear transformation if it follows these two properties. One is T of V1 plus V2 is equal to T of V1 plus T of V2, and T of alpha V is equal to alpha into T of V, alpha into T of V. So where here clearly you can understand these the two vector spaces which is one is V and another W, where these elements V to W by the transformation T. This is what exactly the mapping. This mapping is said to be linear transformation or linear mapping if it follows these two conditions. In some books, please wait. Hello, dear students. Where the linear mapping, that mapping is said to be linear transformation if it follows these two conditions. Or some authors may express these two conditions into the clubbing that T of alpha 1 V1 plus alpha 2 V2 is equal to alpha 1 into T of V1 plus alpha 2 into T of V2. Both the conditions were satisfied in this one single statement, right? Where the scalar multiplication is also there and vector addition is also there. Both of them are being followed by this mapping, so that mapping is said to be a linear mapping or linear transformation. Linear transformation. Okay, either you take it in separately these two conditions, or you maybe follow this condition also, whatever it may be. Okay, so once we define a mapping, and that mapping is a linear transformation provided the satisfaction of these two properties, where we can write it very clearly, this T of V is equal to W, right? So under that mapping, suppose V and W are mapped under the linear transformation set T, then this can be represented as T of V is equal to W, right?
Yes, sir.
So where the elements that T of V, that V elements are in the domain set, that V, and where the W elements, that is also a vector space, that is a codomain, but only some of it is not needed. All the elements are to be mapped in the W, but all the elements in V are mapped to at least one or two elements in one or more elements in W. That is the mapping rule, right?
Sir, can you repeat this line again?
So these elements of every element of V must be mapped to at least one or more elements in W. Then only we say that is a mapping, and that mapping is said to be linear if it is a linear formation or mapping. Okay.
Okay,
function
sir.
definition, you know what is the function? Which we can write it as fx is equal to y. So every element of A are needed to map at least one element in B, right? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Right. The mapping rule, that is said to be a mapping if the mapping is said to be linear mapping if it follows these two conditions, right? Scalar multiplication and vector addition, that's all. So where here one must be very clearly understand that the elements we are in belong to the domain vector space V, whereas T of V, what are the T of V elements? Where the T of V elements will be? T of V elements are W elements, right? V1, V2, so on belongs to V. The T of V1, T of V2, so on belongs to where? Where these elements will be? W, right? This is what I want to say. Okay. As well as V1 plus V2 also, because it is a vector space. Then V1 plus V2, alpha into V, all these elements belongs to capital V. That T of V1, T of V2, all of them were belong to W, right? The mindset, right? Now, the collection of all the elements, that means are the set of all the elements. W is equal to T of V. What we call? Can anybody say?
Inverse linear transformation.
Range of T, right?
Okay, sir.
And is written as RAN of T. RAN of T means range of T. Range of T, that is equal to set of all TV, where V belongs to capital V and that TV belongs to W. That you know, for all V belongs to V. T of V, the set of all elements. Okay, such that you can write it T of V such that for all elements of V belongs to V. Okay, V belongs to V, and that is range set. Okay, or range of T. Now there is another definition. The set of elements of V, that are mapped to zero element, by the linear transformation. By the linear transformation, T is called the kernel. Is called the kernel, NEL, kernel, or the null space. Null space. Okay, understand? The kernel set. Kernel means the set of elements of V which are mapped to zero element by the linear transformation. That means here V is there, here W is there. That set of elements V, V1, V2, V3, so on, which are mapped to zero. That zero is maybe the element in W because it is vector additive property. It may be okay. It will be one of the element may be the set of all elements like T of V is equal to 0. Okay, the set of all elements of V such that T of V is equal to 0 is called the kernel. So hence we define that kernel as or which may be denoted as KER of T. Okay, it is denoted by kernel of T and is defined by set of V such that set of V such that T of V is equal to 0. T of V is equal to 0. Okay, right? This is kernel set, kernel or null space, and range already we defined, that is T of V such that V belongs to V, such that V belongs to V. Okay, thus you can understand very clearly there are two definitions we have seen it here. One is the range of T and kernel of T. Kernel of T means the set of elements of V which are mapped to 0, is called the kernel or null space. So here one more point, it is important point, which is the null space or kernel of T is a subspace of V, and the range of T is a subspace of, can anybody say, subspace of
W.
right? Okay, subspace of W. Very good. Now another point, which is the dimension of range set. Dimension of range of T is called rank of T, right? Okay, the dimension of range T is called rank of T, and the dimension of null space or kernel T is called nullity, of T. T is the linear space, that may be different name also, it is not the matter about that, but you have to understand that what is rank of the linear transformation and nullity of the linear transformation. It must be very clear that the dimension of range T, because range T it is one of the set that has some elements, so in which that rank is defined as its dimension of the range set is called the rank of the transformation. Dimension of kernel set or the null space is called the nullity of T. Okay, rank and nullity. Okay, how we define the dimension? Yesterday we defined what is meant by the dimension of a space, of vector space. We have defined the maximum number of linearly independent elements. The maximum set, it is also a set of elements, right? In that elements, you have to find out the maximum linearly independent elements. It resulting you the dimension. That dimension of range T is called the rank of the linear transformation T. The dimension of the null space is called the nullity. So now there is a theorem which is rank nullity theorem. Rank nullity theorem. if the statement is, if T has rank R, rank R, and dimension of V, dimension of V is, say, n, then the nullity of T means the linear transformation is n minus R, is n minus R. That is, you can write it, nullity is equal to rank of n means dimension of V minus rank of T.
V.
Rank of T, right? Or we maybe write it, or from this we can write it as that rank of T plus nullity is equal to dimension of V, is equal to dimension of V. So this is the theorem. So using that theorem, we can find, suppose any two are given, rank and nullity given, we can find the dimension, or we can find the nullity if they given dimension and rank, or if they given nullity and dimension, we can find out the rank of T. Okay, anyhow, so this theorem will help to find out the another one. The two, if we know two, then the second one, the third one can be easily to find out, right? This is the linear transformation. So where we have to understand very clearly that what is range T. Okay, what is it mean by linear transformation? A mapping is said to be linear transformation if it obeys the two conditions. One is T of alpha V is equal to alpha into TV, and T of V1 plus V2 is equal to T of V1 plus T of V2. If it obeys, then we said that the mapping is linear mapping or linear transformation. And the set of all W elements which are mapped, W is, it is not all W, only the elements which are mapped under the linear transformation. W is equal to T of V is called range of T. It is called range of T. It is denoted by RAN of T, RAN of T. It is equal to set of all T of V such that V belongs to V. Now the elements, the set of all the elements of V which are mapped to zero element under the linear transformation T is called null space or kernel of T. That is denoted by kernel of T is equal to set of V such that T of V is equal to 0. Now the null space or the kernel is the subspace of V. The range of T is the subspace of W. The dimension of range set is called the rank. Dimension of null space is called the nullity. Now that the theorem, which is rank and nullity theorem, which makes the relationship between all the rank, nullity, and the dimension. Suppose if T has the rank of rank R and dimension V, dimension of V is n, then the nullity is defined by n minus R. That is, nullity is equal to dimension of V minus rank of T. Okay, or rank of T plus nullity is equal to dimension of V. Right? So or we here we can also write it, nullity is equal to dimension is n minus R. Right? Tell me.
Sir, is there any comparison between nullity and rank? I mean, someone, it will be greater than or equal to or less than rank.
Rank and nullity.
Yes, sir.
You want
Any comparison between them?
what comparison you want? Because
I mean,
rank is the dimension of range set. That range of the linear transformation, which will be defined as the number of elements in W which are mapped to the elements of V, right? Here,
yes,
W elements, right? The range set means here there may be many number of elements in W, the vector space W codomain, but only some of the elements may be mapped. That the set of elements which are mapped is called the range of T, in which the maximum number of independent elements is called its dimension. That dimension is called rank. And nullity is the set of elements of V which are mapped to zero element. Which are mapped to zero element. Zero may be an element in W, that only the number of elements which are mapped to that zero element. The null space is the subspace of V, subset of V. Understand? Then
yes,
what is the
yes.
comparison? There is no comparison at all, right?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Right. So now let's see the example. We can check it here. Let T be a linear transformation. Sorry, T be a transformation from R3 to R3 into R1. Okay, defined by T of x1 comma x2 comma x3 is equal to x1 square plus x2 square plus x3 square, right? We show that T is not a linear transformation, right? This is the question. How we can show it is a linear transformation? First, we have to check it whether these two conditions will be obeyed by the elements of the space R2 and R1 or not, right? Under the linear transformation, given transformation T, right? So we have to choose the elements. We have to choose the elements. Two elements chosen in R3. Let x comma y belongs to R3. So where you take it, x is equal to, in R3, na, how x will be x1 comma x2 comma x3, and y will be, it is also in R3, so that it will be y1 comma y2 comma y3. Two elements, any two elements x comma y belongs to R3, so they were taken as x is equal to x1 x2 x3 order tired, right? Y is equal to y1 y2 y3, right? These two elements we have been taken in this, and to show that x plus y. So what will be x plus y? We can find out x plus y. So because these two elements x comma y are belong to in R3, that it may be a vector space, so therefore x plus y also belong to that one. So therefore what is x plus y? x1 plus y1 comma x2 plus y2 comma x3 plus y3, right? Right? Hello. X
Yes,
plus
sir.
y we
Yes, sir.
have x plus y is equal to x1 plus y1, x1, x2 plus y2, comma x3 plus y3. Now we made it the transformation T of x. we have under the transformation for the element, first element x, tx is equal to, which is given, x1 square plus
X
x2
square
square
plus Y square plus X3 square.
And as well ty is equal to the transformation t defined like this for any element, so that we are implementing two prescribed elements x and y. So therefore
Y1
that t of what is
Y1
t of
square plus
what is t of
Y1
y?
square plus Y2 square
Y1
plus
square
Y3
plus
square.
y2 square plus y3 square, right? Okay, this is t of x, t of y, t of x and t of y. So for checking the transformation, whether it is linear transformation or not, first I will find out t of x plus y. What is t of x plus y?
X1 plus X Y1 whole square plus X2
Right,
plus Y2
x1
whole
plus
square plus
y1
X3
whole square
plus Y2 square.
plus x2 plus y2 whole square plus x3 plus y3 whole square, right? Now check it.
Correct.
Is it equal to t of x plus t of y?
No,
Is it
sir.
equal? No, this is not
Not
equal, right? So hence t of x plus y is not equal to t of x plus t of y. So is it linear transformation?
no, sir. It is not a linear transformation.
T is not a linear transformation. Right, like that we can show that whether the given linear mapping given mapping is either linear transformation or not by checking these elements, the properties t of x plus y is equal to t of x plus t of y, or and if one condition is not satisfied, then it is not a linear transformation. It must satisfy both scalar multiplication and the addition. So that is t of x plus y is equal to t of x plus t of y, it should be, and t of alpha into x is equal to alpha into t of x, right? These both the conditions needed to be satisfied. Okay, right? Now see the another example where we can find out the rank nullities. Let T be a linear transformation from R3 to R2, R3 to R2, where that defined by T of x is equal to A into x. The transformation is defined as T of any element is equal to A into x. Okay, where given that A is equal to the transformation matrix, we can say 1 1 0 minus 1 0 1. Okay, and any x, the element which is in the transformation, or x y z transpose, or it is a vector. X is a vector, we can write it, that may be in the column vector, we can write it, that is capital X is equal to small x y z. Okay, find kernel of T, rank of T, and their dimensions, and not their dimensions, and the dimension of dimension of R3, right? Dimension of the vector space. Okay, good. So this is the question. So you can say how we can do this one. How we can do it? Can you remember everything? First, to find out the kernel, we are given the transformation T of x is equal to A into x, right? given the linear transformation is T of x is equal to A into x, where A is equal to 110 minus 101. Okay, the matrix which is. So now we have to find out the kernel of T. So how we can find the kernel? Kernel of T. How we can find out the kernel of T? That is, we need to determine what we need to find out for finding the kernel. Kernel means null space. Null space means the set of elements which are mapped to 0 element, right? Right? Determine all V, let us say. That means V1, V2, V3. Transpose vectors such that TV is equal to 0, right? TV or T of V is equal to 0, right? Understand, dear students? Respond, please.
Yes, sir.
So therefore, that you have to find out the set of V elements which are mapped to 0. That means T of V is equal to 0. That is now T of V means by define the transformation which is A into V, right?
Okay, sir.
That is equal to 0. That implies A into V is equal to 0. Now finding what is A? 1, 1, 0, minus 1, 0, 1, and V element is V1, V2, V3, right? This is 2 by 3, this is 3 by 1. Now multiplication is compatible, so we can multiply that. That implies V1 plus V2 is equal to 0, and minus V1 plus V3 is equal to 0, right? So solution it gives, solution is V1 is equal to minus V2 that is equal to V1 is equal to V3 now.
Yes. Yes, sir.
V1 is equal to minus V2, and from which V1 is equal to values. We may be write it, that is equal to say K. So therefore, if you take V is equal to K. Hello, students?
Yes,
Hello?
sir. Yes, sir.
So now we can substitute here. Suppose
Yes, sir.
V1 is equal to minus V2 is equal to V3, because this is the elements which we have. Suppose if you take it, V3 is equal to an arbitrary, let's say you can take it, all the elements we may be keeping here, V1, and V2 will be minus V1, V3 will be V1, right? V1 is equal to minus V2 is equal to minus V3. So therefore we kept it V1 as an arbitrary. So therefore V2 will be minus V1, right? And V3 will be V1, or we may be write it V1 into 1 minus 1, 1. Okay? for any arbitrary v1, so we will get it in one element, that is in 1 minus 1 1, which is mapped to 0, which is mapped to 0, right? Right, this is the element which we can find 1 minus 1 1, which is mapped to 0 under the given linear transformation. So hence dimension of, this is the kernel, so therefore this is the kernel, v is equal to, this is kernel v, this is only one element which we can, kernel of t is equal to v, the set of v, that means only one element which we can. So therefore the dimension of kernel t, dimension of kernel t, tell me what it is. What is dimension of kernel t? Right?
नहीं सर, समझ में नहीं आया, वापस करो, समझाइए सर.
So this is the kernel set, the set of v, which are mapped to 0 element, right? This is in R3, 1 minus 1 1 is the element which is in R3, which is in R3, okay, which map to 0 element, which map to 0 element. So that is kernel T, okay. And what is its dimension? What is its dimension?
1.
1. What is dimension of kernel T?
1.
What is mean by dimension of kernel T? That is nullity, na?
Yes sir.
That is nullity is equal to 1. Dimension of kernel T is equal to 1. Okay. Now 1 is over. Rank
Sir,
kernel T
sir,
is over. Now find out the rank.
sir,
Tell me.
sir, let's say if there minus v1 plus v2 is equal to 0, this is there, but v1 is equal to v3 is not there, then
V1 plus V3 is not there, then
then sir, what would be the nullity?
what is your question? Please repeat.
Sir, let's say we have two equation, v1 plus v2 is equal to 0 and the other one. If we suppose that only one equation we have, then
Bharat, please see the screen and ask exactly.
sir, we have two equations, v1 plus v2 is equal to 0 and minus v1 plus v3 is equal to 0. Suppose sir, we have only one equation, that v1 plus v2 is equal to 0, then sir, what would be nullity?
Yeah, very good question. So here in our problem, they have given very clearly that A is the transformation matrix. A is given 1 1 0 minus 1 0 1, and the elements in R3 which we have taken as V which satisfies for the mapping of T of V is equal to 0 for kernel matrix, kernel of the linear transformation. T of V is equal to 0. We obtained two equations, right?
Yes,
we obtained two equations. Suppose instead of this matrix A, if you take it all zeros, right? In the second row, if we take it all zeros, right? If you take it all zeros in the second row, that what exactly your doubt will be coincide here, right?
Yes.
We cannot
Yes,
getting that only one we will get it. V1 plus V2 is equal to 0. V1 plus
correct.
V2 is equal to 0. In such case, there is no transformation at all. Why? Because it is not at all possible to find out V2, V3. it is not at all possible to find V3. If you are not able to find V3, how that element will be in R3 domain? R3 domain, it must be a ordered triad. Every element must be ordered triad. Am I right? Understood?
Yes, sir.
It must be well defined. V1, V2, V3 must be well defined. If anyone you are not able to find out, it is not belong to the domain. If it is not belong to the domain, there is no sense of that. That element is not in the domain concept, right?
Yes, sir.
So here we can find out that elements, all the elements V1, V2, V3, and all of them were equal, so that you can take it one arbitrary, either V1, V2, V3, whatever you convenient, you take it as an arbitrary. Okay, so therefore V1 I just kept it as an arbitrary, so that V2 is minus V1 and V3 is V1, so that it will result in you the independent element, that is 1 minus 1 1. Any element if you chosen with this basis 1 minus 1 1, so you can get it the elements that are mapped to 0, which are mapped to 0. Okay, so therefore the kernel of T is this only one element, that is 1 minus 1 1. This is kernel of T, because in which only one element is there, that is also independent, so hence its dimension will be 1. Dimension resulting you the total number of independent elements. If you find many elements in this kernel, there it is needed to find out how many of them are the linearly independent. The number it will be takes place, that number it defines the dimension of the kernel T. That is called nullity. Okay, here only one element is there. This is obviously a linear independent, that is independent. So therefore only one element, that one is the dimension of the kernel T, that is called the nullity. Okay.
Sir, can you give any example for two elements?
You can do it. You can. I will share you the questions. You can do it, and we will understand that one. Okay. Good. Now find out the range of T. Range of T. What is mean by range of T? The range of T defines the set of T of V such that V belongs to
V belongs
V, right?
V. Right, sir.
Okay. Now we have T of V is equal to A into V. T of V is equal to A into V. That is equal to, we have chosen that V belongs to R3, or maybe take it V is equal to R3, capital V, a vector space, right? That means any element V, if you chosen in V, that is equal to ordered triad V1, V2, V3, right? You understand? This is because, sir, no V we have given in the problem. The problem is given, the domain set is R3. So therefore we have chosen any V in R3, that V is ordered triad. Okay. So therefore now A is 1. A is what? What is A? 1 1 0 now. 1 1 0 minus 1 0 1, right? This is what A now. Into V. V is V1, V2, V3. T of V we are just writing, that is equal to what will be this V1 plus V2 minus V1 plus V3. You can write it this one, 1 into V1 plus 1 into V2 plus 0 into V3, right? Minus 1 into V1 plus 0 into V2 plus 1 into V3, right? That is equal to, we maybe write it as V1 into 1 minus 1 plus V2 into 1 0 plus V3 into 0 1, right? Since 1 minus 1 is equal to 1 0 minus 0 1, right? So therefore here we have the three elements. We have the range of t is equal to set of these elements 1 minus 1 comma 1 0 comma 0 1, right? These are the elements we can get in. So in which there are three elements are there. There are three elements are there. I hope someone asked earlier just if there are two elements or three elements, then how it can be find out its independent elements, right? Now we can clarify clearly.
Yes.
Understood here. There are three elements are there, in which we have to find out its dimension. Dimension of range T is defined as, how we can define the range dimension of range set? The maximum number of independent elements, right?
Yes, sir.
But here one element 1 minus 1 can write in terms of other two, right?
Yes, sir.
So therefore these two are the basis. 1 0 0 1 are the basis. So based on that the other one has been written. So therefore this is dependent. 1 minus 1 is dependent. So therefore, so hence what is the dimension? So therefore the dimension of range T is
2.
2. What is the dimension of range T?
It's 0 1 and 1 0. Yeah,
Right.
2, that means.
Rank. That is just number. But whereas the range
Yes, yes.
range is a set, as well as kernel also. That kernel T is a set, only one set. 1 minus 1 1. Okay, only one element is there, which is mapped to 0. Only one element. So therefore that nullity, its dimension is 1. Whereas in the range set there are three elements we can find. So these three elements in which one is dependent. So hence only two are the linearly independent. The two resulting in the dimension, right? Now, so we have defined, we already find out rank is equal to 2 and nullity is equal to 1. So hence what is the dimension of the V? Therefore by
Nullity
rank
plus rank.
Rank nullity theorem. What is dimension? What is the rank nullity theorem says? Nullity is equal to n minus r.
Dimension of, yes, sir.
That is equal to dimension
Of V minus rank of T.
of V minus
Rank of T.
Rank of T. Okay, or dimension of V is equal to nullity
plus rank of T.
Rank of T.
That is equal to 2 plus 1.
RAN is different, right? Rank of T. Rank of T you need to write full. So what is its dimension? Nullity is 1.
Yes, sir.
2, that is T. The dimension of V. V means here R3, na?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is equal to 3. Is equal to, okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Any doubt in this? So this is linear transformation, rank nullity and all. There is one concept, solution of system of simultaneous equations. You tell me, you give me one class so that I can complete. Tomorrow there will be a quiz exam. in the whole unit of vector spaces. Tell me when we can take, because only that possibility is there. Today we can take it. At what time we can? The students, is there any doubt in this today's class?
No, sir, no doubt.
Okay, okay.
No,
Good.
sir.
So now, please, so is when we will